Right, I don't think I need this external light on because it's quite light. Hi, Morag. Temu haul? Mine? Has it gone up? Because that should not have gone up till Monday. Oh, I only wanted it to go up on Monday. Wait a minute. I can't see my iPad anywhere. I'm not tired, I'm not sleep deprived. I must have put it to public rather than scheduled. Oh, never mind. Never mind. There's 2 videos going up today. People might be like, oh, you're in my feed too much. Right, I need to get my stuff. That Temu haul literally just came today. And I've literally only, this is why I'm late coming on, because I said I was going to come on around 3 o'clock. This is why I'm late, because I've only just finished editing like 15 minutes ago. Right, I've got all my stuff in this little glossy box here, just here, that I want to use. Oh, the top, yeah. I've just put it in a little net because, like, when I tried it on, I noticed like loads of string on my bottoms, on my jogger bottoms. I don't want to just wear it when I've not washed it, but yeah, it does look nice. Right, okay. Hello to everyone. Well, I think there's another person here. Hello to whoever that is. Sorry I've not done lives in a while. I checked and it's been 4 weeks. And that's because I've all those makeup collection videos. Right, so a lot of the things that I'm doing today, more I guess first impressions, and I tried that yesterday for the first time because I've not had it that long, obviously. On me, I don't know whether it's my skin at the moment, but it literally stuck everywhere. Like it's stuck into here, but there's a lot of redness there and a lot of dryness. And here, there's nothing though. It could be the powder I used, so I don't really want to use powder today. This is very, very hydrating, so if it sticks, I'll be very, very, very surprised. So I'm just going to put a shitload of this on. Now I'm really pissed off. I'm really pissed off because I wanted to be in the premiere when that Temu went up. So we'll just talk about it, shall we? So as I said in the video, I got £50 worth of goods for 15, and I just think that's a cracking deal. Cracking. Just love that Barbie phone case. I normally use powder just like here, 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 in the T-zones. In the T-zones? In the T-zone. That's all I do. I mean, what I did notice as soon as I put it on, there was such a glow, and I'm like, oh yeah, I really, really like it. But then, everywhere, like here, here, a lot around here, you could just, it looked horrible, is the one word I'll have to use to describe it. It looked horrible. So I'm really hoping that it doesn't do that today, because I like the look of it. And it shouldn't do what it did. because it's a luminous finish. Normally illuminating foundations look beautiful on my skin, so I don't know what happened. But yeah, let's just crack on. I think the only place I'm going to use this is under the eye area, because it really smooths out your lines. I don't know if you guys have tried this. I got quite a bit out. I don't need all this. Jane, hi. Not much at all. So I've just gone in with the Too Faced Hangover RX, like I was telling you before. When I tried that Primark foundation, which I'm going to try in a minute, I'm just putting this on. I want some moisture for it to go on. I'm not putting powder on, because it could be the e.l.f. powder that I used yesterday. Maybe that's just getting old. And if it's that, that's going into the bin, I think. Because it ruined my entire makeup look that I did yesterday. Morag was just telling me that my Temu order went up. The Temu order that I've basically just done, like, for the last hour or two, has just gone up. I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted, because I wanted to be in the premiere. Was anyone in the premiere, Morag? Did it even go up as a premiere? I think it would have gone up as a public. And my arm is absolutely, it's stinging. Yeah, I'm not happy with the arm either. So sorry if I'm on today, guys, but I'm here. I'm here, and I want to put some makeup on with you, and I want to do first impressions on a few things. But the palette I want to use, since Barbie, I can't even talk. Since Barbie Mania is sweeping the country, I thought we'd use this, the Malibu Barbie palette, and kind of do a Barbie look, because I've got these to use as well. So yeah, I thought we'd do that. So yes, first impressions on a lot of stuff, but not so much on others, and I forgot to use that. That is really, really good stuff. It's the Sunkissed Skin Hyaluronic Acid Nourishing Under Eye Serum. It's really, really good. So obviously I can't use that because I put a primer there. Is it still up? What, the Temu? yeah. It's going to have to stay up as well. I had plans for it to go up on Monday. I'm such an idiot. I'm tired. I've literally had hardly any sleep. I stayed at my mum's last night because I had to go to the doctor's this morning, and it's easier to get to my mum's. Basically, the doctor's is 5 minutes from my mum's. From my house, it's 10 minutes, and I'm a bit of a lazy cow. I'm like, I'll just go from my mum's, but didn't sleep well. So I'm obviously sleep deprived, and what I thought I was doing, I didn't do. Maybe it was a premiere then, and it kind of like was a premiere for today. I don't know what I've done, Morag, but it doesn't matter. Right. Oh, foundation time. What do you mean, Jade? Right, so I'm going in with this now. My shade's in Porcelain. see that message? I don't understand what Jade means. She got... Soon I'll need to get admin on this page. Does anyone fancy a job? Monitoring my messages. That's the shade of it, so it's fairly light. Where did it go? What, the message? She retracted it. If you want a job that doesn't pay to help me monitor my messages, Jane, you're hired. I'm such a small channel, I don't normally get messages like that come through. But I know people who do lives. And see, this is why a lot of my friends have got memberships. And I've got that as well. But I prefer to do lives for my subscribers who have been with me from, like, a lot of them have been with me for the last few years and might want to watch. So yeah, I hope not too many messages like that come through, because I don't ever want to kind of make it so that people can't watch them. Trolls, yeah. I hate that word though. I hate the fact. I mean, my channel isn't even big, is it? It's just got over 1,000. I shouldn't have trolls. I think all you have to do is report them, but I don't know how to do it. I'll have to ask my friend who, she really did get plagued by it. It's such a shame. She eventually came off YouTube. She's back on now, but she does more Instagram lives, which aren't really for me. But I think what they were saying is, with the wear a bandana, like the way it was coming across to me, I mean, Jade, if you're still there, because there's 4 people here, so I don't know who's here, the way it was coming across, she was calling me ugly. Why would I wear bandana if I'm applying makeup? I don't know. I think it was just kids anyway. I get that a lot on my shorts. Yeah, bored kids. But I was kind of taken aback, not gonna lie. Have you seen that? Luna, my niece's dog, she got that excited to see me last time I went there. She scratched the living hell out of me. And boy, did it bleed. I probably could have gone one shade up. I think the next shade up was ivory. But I always get porcelain. Why doesn't it want to blend? Jesus. Yeah. Looks like here. It's alright, Morag, we'll bronze. We'll bronze the hell out of it. It's doing it again. Oh, fuck's sake. There's nothing worse when your base makeup looks like crap. I wonder if it's a sponge. I'll just put a bit of spare the hell out of it. I don't think it's a sponge though. Because that sponge needs washing. So it could be a combination of all the other moisturisers making it look like shit. Not moisturisers, foundations. It's definitely patchy in the nose area. Yeah, I agree. I feel like I need a bigger mirror to look at it properly. Right, so we're not getting off to the best of starts, are we not? I feel what it's like it's just, I mean, my face is not even dry. Like my nose is dry. I always get dry around here and here. But I feel like it's kind of just sticking everywhere. Let's try putting a bit more on, which will probably make it even worse. Cool beige. I won't give up on it just yet. You know, because you've got to try it with different moisturisers, primers. So until I've done that, I mean, it's only £6, but I'm kind of like, it's £6 still. You know, and I can use it with other foundations. It's pretty light, so I can use it with my darker foundations. Right. More patience than you. I just don't like throwing money away, Jen. Well, I think these are like, I've definitely got kind of spots here. Right, let's just try and crack on and do the next step, otherwise I'll be here for the next half hour. I've been nearly going 20 minutes and I've barely got anything done. Right, I'm going to use this as a brightener. It's Body Collection. I don't know what shade it is. I think it's fair. Does anyone else just get pissed off when a product you're using just doesn't work out? Because now I'm feeling pissed off and I'm not even going anywhere, so it doesn't matter if it works out or not. We're coming to the end of this one. Any goss on the dating front? I don't think so. Not really been dating. I think I gave you all the gossip last time in the live. At least the concealer's good. I use this as a brightener, and then I normally go over with my Holy Grail concealer. At the moment, I'm just looking for work, focusing on that rather than a man. My mum's always saying, yeah, I'm gonna wash that. I might even bin it, the other sponge. My mum's always saying, men are like buses, Andrea, you know. None come along and then 3 come along at once. So that's it, the 17 Second Skin Enhancing Concealer. And I've took the stopper out of it. You can see right to the bottom. And I've got a backup of this. This is the only thing that I've got a backup of in my drawer. I think it is. I mean, I put loads of that on. If anything, that should have made it kind of blend out better. So the fact that it's done this two times makes me think it's the foundation on me, and it's not a good match for me. But normally foundations work just fine for me. I would say a more combination though. Kind of dry in the T-zone, but the rest of the skin is fine. And the weird thing is today my it doesn't look as dewy on my Morag. Let me put this light on. Because it's going to start getting dark anyway. So, has anyone bought anything nice recently? No, I had something years ago. I can't remember what it was. Peaches and cream. But I've not tried any of the makeup products, I don't think. Well, I know. I'd remember if I had. Oh, blimey! Right. So you've ordered the illuminator and tint. Are they supposed to be good? Oh, that's blended out really nicely. It's looking glowy. Look at that spot there. And run down. And I think if I put that concealer on I've got, it's just gonna make it so you can see it even more. But let me try and put this one on. This is more of a peach shade. Yeah, let me know. Is it expensive? I don't really go on TikTok shop for like skin tints and things like that because I've got so many. Right, so I'm okay with the rest of my face apart from my nose. That's just winding me up. Right. £7 each. That's actually not too bad. Okay, so I don't want to put any powders on. I'll just make it worse. If it's kind of exacerbating my pores now, it's just going to make it worse if I actually put powder on, isn't it? So let's leave the powder. Let's go in with bronzer. I don't know if I want that brush. Yeah, we'll try using the BH Cosmetics 113. Feel like I want to try and move a little bit. I mean, I think powder here would be okay, but for the rest of the face, no siree. No powder today. Oh, I'm not even telling you what I'm using, am I? I'm using this. Do you remember when it was all the rage on YouTube back in 10 years ago or something? So it's the Face Form Contouring and Blush Palette by Sleek. Looks like that. And now, ABH do one, don't they? Very similar to it. I'm trying to decide whether I still want it. Right, and then that's it. Don't want to use the rest of the product because I've got blush and highlighter of Barbie to use. I could use powder under the eyes. Let's try one out of here. This is on its last leg as well. Broken. But look at that pan. On the nose as well, over the bronzer that I've done. Right, that's it. No more. I need to try and get me my brushes cleaned. I mean, how many times have you heard me saying this? Need to be a bit better about cleaning my brushes. That should be my New Year's resolution. Clean brushes more. Right, now I know where the iPad is. It's over there somewhere. Hopefully that won't go off too much. blusher time. Right, so they don't have shades, but how pretty is that? And then inside it looks like that. It says Barbie all over it. So for that, I'm going to use this Real Techniques Rebel Edge medium brush. And this is not kind of a normal blush that I would go for. It's like a strawberry pink. A lot like, if you've watched my Shop My Stash video, a lot like my Benefit Krista, and that's why I didn't pull Krista this time. It's really nice. And as soon as I saw them in Primark, I'm like, because the blush and highlight came together for like £6. As soon as I saw them, I had the foundation in my hand anyway, the previous week, and I decided to put the foundation back and just buy these. It's like someone was trying to tell me something. Don't get the foundation. It won't suit your skin type. But we have to try these things, don't we? And maybe in the winter it'll be better. So that's the highlighter there. Hopefully it will look nice on me. Excuse me. Oh, there was a little bit of a story, Jane, on the dating front. So I was on this dating app, and this guy said to me, "Are you single?" Kind of winds me up every single time. Like, why would you be on a dating app if you weren't single? And I know women do it, but not me. If I was in a relationship, I wouldn't. And I said, yes. And he said, what is it you're looking for? They always say that. What is it you're looking for? And I said, not hookups. That normally makes them kind of go somewhere else. And he said, I said, so dating and see where it goes. Because that's what I say every single time. And he said, yeah, sounds like me. But there's a few exceptions. And I said, exceptions? I said, what do you mean? And he said, no, he said, I don't think you'll like what I want. I don't think you'll be interested. And I said, why do you say that? Have you got self-esteem issues? And he said, no. And he said, well, I'm after, if we was together, I'd want to make you pregnant. And I'm like, what? And he's like, well, I'd want to make you pregnant. And I said, well, I'm too old for a baby. Said, and that's not going to happen. And he said, well, you're not too old. People have had babies older than you. I said, I know. And I said, and that's up to them. I said, I'm 45. And to me, that's too old. I want to travel. I want to do certain things. And my time has passed now. You know, if I was meant to have kids, it would have happened already as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, he kept going on about wanting babies with me, saying I'm hot and he would like to practice. I bet he would. You know, that's just one way of saying hook up, isn't it? Friends with benefit or whatever. I'm just blending the highlighter in so it's not as beaming. And then I said, no, I'm not interested. And he said, well, maybe if we just went out on a date, you'd change your mind. And I said, I wouldn't change my mind, because now I know that's what you want. It would be constantly on my mind. And he said, well, it's not the be all and end all. And I said, why do you want another baby anyway at your age? He was the same age as me, and he already had a son. And he said, well, because I want a daughter. I'm like, well, even if we were to get together, who says you would have a daughter? What happens if you had another son? Would you just go to someone else and just try and impregnate her? Just talking about it now just sounds so funny. So anyway, yeah, that's the latest dating story. There's some weird ones online, isn't there? I like that blush and highlight together. I actually pulled this Barbie pink one out. I don't know whether to go over the top with it. It's strawberry cream. What am I using from the eyeshadow palette? Obviously, we're going to use pink, right? He's a bit crazy. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely got to use probably these two. I think I'm going to put a bit of this on too. I told my mum, and she went, tell him I'm disgusted with him. And I said, he won't care. And she went, no. And I went, no. I said, why do you think he's going to care what somebody's mother thinks? And she went, well, men are not like when I was younger. And I'm like, no, they're not, mum. Oh my gosh. I've got a story to tell you. So, I went to see the Barbie movie, which I'm going to do a review on, so I don't want to talk about that in here. But after the Barbie movie, there's a really nice pub that me and my mum go to when we go to the cinema. I won't say what it is, because then you'll know where I live. I don't live close to that anyway. It's at least 2 buses away. So anyway, I was minding my own business. Like you do. I'd just been to the bar, just ordered drinks, just paid for the meal, minding my own business. And do you know when you look to the side? I don't know what made me do it, but do you know when you look to the side? I looked to the side, and who was sat there? It wasn't Tom Hardy. It was my ex-boyfriend from how old was I? I would have been probably about 17, 18, and I was with him all the way up to 26 when we split up. I was engaged to him. He did cheat on me. I found out when we were in Greece on holiday together, and he was there, larger than life, sat there. He's gone on to have a family. It's good that he's managed to do that. I need a primer. Hang on. Have I got any in here? No, it's in here. I've got drawers all over the place. Right, so back to the story. So like I said, I'm glad that you managed to go on to have children. There was 3 of them there. One looked about 17, maybe 18, maybe a little bit younger than that, I don't know. But he was tall, and he looked like my ex's dad. So definitely it was his kid. Then there was basically there was 3 sons, and the youngest one probably was about 4 or 5. And I couldn't see his girlfriend or wife, well, wife now, because I noticed he had a ring on. But like when he was when I told him to leave, because there's one thing that I will never ever in a relationship allow. But once someone cheats on me, they're out the door. I don't care how much I love them. At the time, I really thought I loved him. But then meeting my ex taught me a lot more about the fact that I didn't love him as much as I thought I did. Anyway, I'm not really going to talk about my ex in this. Let's get back onto my ex. So anyway, yeah, he had 3 kids, and I didn't notice the woman until they was leaving. They was with an older woman, and I don't know whether that was I don't know whether that was his mother. I mean, could have been like his stepmom. But I heard her say something like, "Don't leave it as long next time." So obviously he doesn't see her a lot, which is fine. Most people don't, do they? I mean, I see my mum every single day, but that's just because I've got no commitments or anything like that. So just kept looking over there, and then he looked at me, and you've never seen me turn away so much. I nearly gave myself whiplash, let's put it that way. And if he was on his own, I probably would have said something to him, because even though he cheated on me, and this is probably going to show everyone what kind of a nice person I am, even though he cheated on me, it was 20 years ago. You can't hold a grudge from 20 years ago. I would have said hello to him, but I certainly wasn't going over to a table of about 6 and saying, "Hi, remember me?" So yeah, that wasn't going to happen. But literally, I was having heart palpitations sat at that table, thinking, what if he comes over here? What if he recognises me? I mean, I've not changed at all. Still look the same. It's not looking too bad now. I've got all the base products on top. So yeah, I feel like I still look the same. In fact, I feel like I'm an improved version, because I didn't know shit about how to do makeup back then. So let's get the eyeshadow palette out. And I know a little bit more now. So yeah, I just couldn't believe it. Not seen him in 20 years. I go out to watch a film with my mum, and then we sat there minding our own business, and he's there. Literally, right, this is how close it was. So say I'm here, he was about here. No, I was about here, he was there. A few steps away for the tables. Yes, it was a little bit cray. I don't know. I mean, I had a look together that I was going to do. Yeah, but you're married, aren't you? How many exes can you possibly have? I've got 2 exes. Well, I've got 3. Basically, I'll tell you the story in a nutshell. So I've got one that I was with for 6.5 years. That's him, who I bumped into, but not really. I was just sat down eyeing him up. Well, not even eyeing him up, just looking over to see if it was him. I'm like, "Mum, I think that's such a body." And she went, "You can tell by the way he talks, can't you?" And I said, "No, Mum, I can tell by his mannerisms." It's like if you bumped into an ex, you would know straight away, because you've been with them for such a long time and on a daily basis. And I live with him as well. And we were going to get married. So obviously, yeah, I always thought to myself, will I ever recognise him if I see him out on the street? Well, obviously. And then there was someone that I dated for 6 months. He was just a car crash. He was just nuts. And then I met the guy that I'm married, and I was with him 10 years. Sad that it didn't work out, but that's just life, isn't it? I don't know what I'd do if I bumped into him. I mean, I don't think there's any real chance of it. He lives in Manchester, I live where I live. I do go to Manchester, like, fairly often, but I've not been for a few years. But when I did go, I've been. So quite easily I could be walking down the street into the city centre there and I could bump into him. I think I'd go into a meltdown, like a full-on panic attack. Oh, have you? Yeah, so if you actually met one of the longer ones that you've been with, well, not met one, but if you'd seen one like in a pub or something, you'd know them straight away, wouldn't you? And that's exactly what happened to me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Best Coast all over the, like, into the lid and then into the crease. Right, so this is just eyeshadow dye. It's a Jessup Beauty brush. Love these. Need to wash them, which I'll do later on, hopefully. So we'll go in with this side. Really pack it on. You just know by the mannerisms. And why is that not going on as vibrant as I thought? Why is it looking red? Because it's not looking red in my mirror. It's looking like fuchsia pink. I mean, I don't know if it was the same woman, you know. I mean, she came up to me on a night out and she said, I didn't know, like, when we first met, I didn't know that he had a girlfriend. And I said, her name was Jo. And I said, look, Jo, I said, I wasn't his girlfriend, I was his fiancée. I said, and when you did know, you should have kicked him to the curb. What about, you know, girl code? It's like no one believes in that anymore. I mean, I do. And this guy on Facebook added me. And he was quite good looking. He said, I think I've just added you, but I didn't mean to. I'm like, okay. No worries. And he said, you know, can I message you? And I said, oh, I thought it was by a mistake you did it. Hang on. And he said, well, yeah, it was. He said, but you look nice and I'd like to message you. At this point, I didn't know he was married. And I said, yeah, if you want. I said, because as far as I'm concerned, it didn't feel any different to chatting to someone from a dating site. Sometimes I'll give them my number for WhatsApp. And, didn't feel any differently. And then I found out a while later that he was married with 3 kids. And I said, no, you can't be messaging me when you've got kids, and you've got a wife. And he said, well, why not? Nothing's happening. And I said, that's besides the point. I said, how upset would your wife be if she found out? And if your wife did what you're doing, would you be happy about it? And he said, well, no. And I said, so how's it okay for you to do it then? And he said, well, yeah, I see your point. And I still hear from him on Snapchat every now and again. But yeah, I've told him to stop messaging me on WhatsApp. I told him to delete my number. Oh, don't worry about it, Morag. I was just filling Jane in on what happened when I went to see the Barbie movie. Saw my ex-boyfriend when I was a teenager. Well, up until the age of 26. Can never get the left eye right, So what are you guys doing tonight? Anything exciting? Right, let's try and blend that out with... I'm just using the powder from that Revolution palette. Oh, I'll probably go to bed early as well, because I've probably had about 2 hours sleep. Have you been out anywhere nice over the 6 weeks holidays yet or not? Right, I think we're done with that. Now glitter glue time. Just trying to think if I've got any better pink eyeshadows. I don't think I do. Have you guys heard of that brand, With Love Cosmetics, I think it's called? They do pressed glitters, and they do a really, really nice Barbie pink one, which I wouldn't mind picking up. Oh, Chester Zoo, that'll be good. Not been to that zoo for ages. Like when I go to the zoo, I tend to go to Blackpool because it's closer. Well, easier for me to get to. Yeah, I think they're called With Love Cosmetics. I'm sure they are. You've never been? You should go. It's absolutely amazing. I think I'm just going to go in with Follow the Sun. I'm just... wonder if I've got any pink glitters. Oh, I might top it off with a bit of this. Celebrate moi. I'm still going to go in with that Barbie one. Really digging my fingers in there. Knowsley Safari Park's good as well. And they've got a zoo up near the Lake District, South Lake Zoo. That's really good. The only zoo I feel like I've not been to in this country is, they've got one in London, haven't they? I've not been to that one. I'm not liking the fact that it looks red on camera, because it's not red. I'll take a picture for Instagram and you'll see. Yeah, it's really good, Jane. I need to, I don't know, get a wipe or something. I could literally go to the zoo every week. I had a day, it'll be 2 years ago in September the 4th, and it was probably the best day that I've ever been on, best first date, because I got to go to Blackpool Zoo. Loved it. I'm gonna go in with this pink glitter here. Just like tapping it, not like going in really thick, so I don't want to lose all the pigmentation from that Follow the Sun, but just applying some va-va-voom on it. Oh, there's not much glitter there. Yeah, if you're going to get a yearly family pass, you do need to be going regularly, don't you, to make it worth your while. I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but at Blackpool Zoo, you can feed the animals, but they do charge for it. Like, my favourite animal is giraffes, and you can feed the giraffes for £10. It was £10 before the pandemic. It's probably more now, because everything else has gone up. Is it nice, Chester? I've been to Chester Zoo, and they have can't remember what it's called, but they have a shopping centre there, don't they? And it's really well known, and you get huge discounts on it. Right, that looks nice. Where will I put the wipe? Oh, sloths. My mum loves elephants. She could just leave me to it, let me go around the zoo and be at the elephants. She just loves watching them. And let's put this away. And I'm going to go back in with this one. I feel like I need to blend it out a bit, so let's clean this brush off. It's just really hard for me to get there. Does a train run to Chester? Oh my god, I've got to use this one. Let's go party. Two trains and a bus. See, no, I'm not prepared to do that just for a day out. We're supposed to be going to Lake District, me and my mum. I hope it's not two trains and a bus to get there. If it is, though, it is. We're going for 3 nights. Yeah, just go in the car. Well, I can't drive. I mean, I could learn, but the reason I haven't driven is because I've got epilepsy, and they say you shouldn't really drive when you've got epilepsy in case you have a seizure. But I've not had one in over 20 years, so I could potentially drive or learn to. But there's a lot of maniacs on the motorway, so I just don't bother. And I just think to myself, well, you're in your 40s now and you've got by all these years without driving. Why bother now? Right, let's go back in with Best Coast, the one I used originally. Definitely. And that is stress. I don't need Jane. Yeah, it will be, won't it? Even like when I'm walking to my mum's and she only lives 5 minutes away. The drivers, the way they drive, revving the engines, and I'm like, yes, I know you've got a car. The exhaust sounds like it's gonna come out. Oh, there's kids outside my window, so ignore that if you can hear it. Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, so like in a corner highlighter time. Think, oh God, I'm choking. Let me get a drink. Think I want to use Vintage Doll. You can see me there. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that. And maybe Cali Girl. I used to call that Call Girl because my eyes are that bad. And I used to think, why is a Barbie palette? Why is a shed called Call Girl in there? It's Cali Girl. Get your mind out of the gutter, Andrea. This brush is the Morphe & Jaclyn Hill JH39. Good for kind of detail work. So I just wish it was true to colour. It's not. And I don't understand why not. Okay, let's use both these mascaras. So Patrick Tar first. I'm going to try, I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but sometime midweek, I'm going to try and do a video with my Luxie shadows that I bought, my singles. And I don't know when I'm going to do it. It's either going to be Wednesday or Thursday, and I'm going to call it something like Aurora Wednesday or Aurora Thursday, because they're called Aurora singles, which means they've got a shift to them, but it's not duochromes and it's not multichromes. They're so cheap. There was $2.50 to buy. I mean, I'd buy them again. I would buy some more. I really love singles. I feel like I love them more than actual palettes. Now we're going in with the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. Is it Lash and Roll or Roll and Lash? Yeah, Lash and Roll. And then after this, I'm going to go and have a look at that Temu video. Make sure it's okay. Because normally I like to watch it back and make sure that it's okay and put chapters in it. And I'll put a comment in it and I'll pin the comment just so that people know what it's about. I mean, obviously, people know what it's about, but I've not done any of that. Basically just uploaded it. I'm just going to blame it on the tiredness. Right, let's see what lipsticks are in here. Oh, great. I don't know which one to wear. Got the Charlotte Tilbury Lush Cherry. It's really nice. That'd probably go, actually. Maybe both of them, you know, and then a bit of this over the top. The Lifter Gloss in the shade Petal. Let's try that. I think I like it without the Lifter Gloss, to be honest. Let's just put a bit on like the centre. Thanks, Jane. Take the hair out so you can see just what it looks like. I just wish it didn't look so red, like the eyes. I mean, my friends challenged me to do a red look, but this doesn't count. I mean, it's looking pinker than it did earlier, so that's something. Yeah, I like the lipstick just on its own, this shade here. I don't really like it with this over the top, but I don't really do a lot of glosses, and that's probably why I don't like it. So when it kind of comes off, I'll just put that back. I'll just put that back on. But this is the overall finished look. Very Barbie girl appropriate. That's it. We're done. An hour and 12. We normally go on to like an hour and a half. I'm impressed. Lovely and bright, your kind of colours. Do you like to do bright eyeshadow then, Jane? I was looking at this palette the other day. Do you remember when this came out? And I was going to pull it out, shop my stash. I've not used it in such a long time. Oh, and I don't know if you've seen this one that I got. I think I told you about it. This one. But I'm not going to do any looks with it for quite a while, just because it reminds me so much of the Nomad Cosmetics. In fact, I might do a live where I'm using Nomad Cosmetics on one eye. It's the Nomad Cosmetics Cartagena Magico. Is there videos on that yet? They might not be on my channel yet, but they're going up soon. No, in fact, I'm sure there is. I think it went up. I don't know when. I'm confused. But the palettes are just so similar. I'm gonna do a dupe. Is it a dupe? With both palettes. I mean, I don't know why I bought it, but I didn't think at the time, is it a dupe? I'm like, and then when I ordered it, I'm like, right, but that looks really, really similar to the Nomad Cosmetics one. But yeah, we'll see when they're on the eye, just how similar they are. Oh, it's nice that you could be here, so thank you for coming in and keeping me company. Yeah, I sent you the picture, did I? I forget what I do from one day to the next, really. But I'll let you all go now. I say all. I think there's only 3 people in. But I'll let you go, and I'll probably do another live midweek if you guys can make it. If not, I'll do another one on Saturday if I can. And I'll see you all then. Bye. Oh, if you've not clicked the like button, do you mind doing it? It just really helps out my channel a lot. So I'll see you again soon, guys. Bye.